Okay, so it is February 18th, and we are on the Limitless Army team call. Really awesome call because we have Wanda on.
Yay!
And the reason that I invited Wanda onto the call is because of your transformation. Not just physical transformation, but your transformation in the business and personally as well. So I guess I just want to start off with some background. Wanda and I met through my sister. Did we meet online first, or did we meet in person first?
We met online first because I stalked you for about a year.
Okay. So Wanda followed me for about a year, and then we kind of like just talked once in a blue. I saw what she was doing with my sister. My sister would tag her and everything. They were like always together at work. So I kind of like started to get to know who Wanda was through those posts. And eventually I did end up meeting Wanda in person through celebrating my sister's birthday in Florida. But Wanda joined my clean eating challenge, and it was a really awesome challenge. A lot of the people that were in the challenge participated, but Wanda specifically like followed the plan to a T. So that already kind of got me thinking like, well, who's this lady? Because she really did follow along, and she was very active and participating in the group. And I invited her to join the challenge, but she wasn't ready yet. And when she was ready, she joined a challenge group. And again, just a really great challenger, very supportive of everybody else, going along with her journey. She's had her ups and downs in her journey, but she always participated, and she always posted and always shared her truths, which was really awesome. And we would have conversations back and forth, etc. And then eventually, Wanda decided that she wanted to become a coach. And then the coaching journey has brought her into this whole other level where she's been able to go through personal development and build herself, etc. So the reason I invited her on the call is because a lot of the time when we want to add new challengers to our challenge groups, or we want to add more coaches to our team, sometimes we act from a place that, even though we're being honest and we're being genuine, we want people to do things our way. We want people to say yes right away. We want people to jump on board and just yeah, whatever you say. But the truth is, that's not what happens. We are always told that we need to meet people where they are. And everybody, at the moment that you say hi to somebody, you are now entering their life at that very moment, and you have no idea what you spoke to them for a second, so what the other 23 hours and 50 something minutes of their life are like. You have no clue. So what I like about Wanda's story is that she has been able to take this at her pace, but has also been seeing some successes along the way. And because I've always met her where she is and have never pushed my own agenda onto her, it's allowed her to really grow and flourish. So I guess we'll start off with just saying, hi, Wanda. Thank you so much.
Hi.
And I guess if you could just maybe start off with, where you were when you and I first connected about the clean eating group.
Okay. As far as the clean eating group, I knew what needed to be done. It's not like I didn't know. I just didn't have a balance between the whole eating the right way and working out. I was curious more about what clean eating was, because I kept hearing this term thrown around everywhere, and you kept posting a lot about it. I was like, it's free. I can afford free. So I said, 7 days, I can do it. The only thing I was scared because you said no coffee in the paper, and I was like, I'm not giving up my coffee, no way. But I did it with the almond milk, and I followed it to a T, and I lost weight. I was like, oh, it's not that bad, it's not that hard, Marcus did it half-heartedly with me, but he was very supportive throughout the whole thing. And I was like, not that hard. I could still have my, the balance. I found the balance there. So I was like, all right. After the first week, I kept it going though.
Yeah.
It was hard, but I kept it going.
So then you did the clean eating group. You kind of went about the rest of your life. You said you kept it going. And then, what made you decide to finally jump into a challenge pack?
I started the clean eating November of 2014. Mm-hmm. And that was before Thanksgiving, way before Thanksgiving, right before my 40th birthday. And I was like, all right, I got to give this whole challenge group a try. I said, I got T25. I said, I already knew how the shakes tasted. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, that wasn't going to be a problem. And I'm like, all right, 2015 is going to be the year that I'm going to work on me. I said, I already had a lot of health issues that were coming up with the sleep apnea, the fatty liver, high cholesterol, depression, anxiety, bipolar. So something had to give. And every doctor, every person that I saw was like, you got to eat right and work out. I was like, all right, I can do that. But it was hard. And I said, I'm going to try something different. I'm actually going to do the challenge group. So I invested my $140 something on the Shakeology. And I was like, I'm going to do this for 30 days. And I did it. I struggled, but I shared. And what I realized is that if it was, I shared everything, what I ate, what I didn't eat, what I struggled in. And then I realized, holy crap, this is actually working, sharing and being accountable for it. Because every time I reached out to you, you were like, well, Wanda, you want to do this. So how are you going to get there? And I'm like, crap, you're right. And it was like, you put it back on me, on what I wanted. And you're like, okay, you can't work out 7 days a week or 6 days a week. Pick 3 days. I'm like, all right, I could do that. So you met me everywhere. Every time I bounced to something that I was struggling with, you're like, well, this is what we can do. This is what I recommend. And I followed along. It was hard. I didn't like sometimes your answers, but I like, this is the year that it's going to be different. This is the year that's going to be different. That's what kept me going in 2015. And then after the 30 days, I still wasn't happy with, I was not happy with my results. I was happy with how far I've come, but I knew I had more to go. So I was like, when you moved me into the graduate challenge group, I was like, yes. But it was still a struggle. But you met me everywhere along the way, and then being with the girls and being with Maria I think she was in the clean eating group with me, and then moving forward to, it's like I follow that girl too like crazy.
Yeah.
So that's just realizing that I needed that support. I was like, I got to do something. I have a kid. She's looking up to me. I can't tell her to do certain things if I'm not doing it. And I didn't want to be on medicine for the rest of my life, especially, fatty liver, that was my fault. I overate too much. I ate too much crap. Sleep apnea, I was overweight. High cholesterol, that's all treatable stuff that I shouldn't have to be dealing at 40 years old.
And how is that now?
The fatty liver, my numbers are down to good. Everything's normal there. I'm not on the sleep apnea machine anymore, so I don't have to use that CPAP. High cholesterol, we're still working on that. And it's weird because the numbers, they're going down, but they're not as down as they're supposed to be. But he's not worried about it because he's like looking at your weight from where you are to where you are now and seeing your other blood work numbers. I'm not going to worry so much about the cholesterol. Just keep on doing whatever it is you're doing. And I just kept going with that. With the depression and the anxiety and, the bipolar symptom, that's going to be with me for the rest of my life.
Right.
But when you introduced me to personal development during the being in the graduate group, that was like a light bulb turned on. And I'm totally against personal development because all through therapy, that's all they told you. It was like, read these self-help books. I'm like, yeah, whatever. They were like, use these positive affirmations. I'm like, whatever. It's not going to work. It's not going to work for me. This exercise, nothing's going to work for me. And you told me to listen to a podcast, I think it was a Sean T podcast that you put on the group. And I listened to it. I'm like, oh, okay. I like the feel good thing. I'm like, yeah, whatever. It didn't click right away. But every time you posted a podcast, I listened. And then you're like, oh, what do you think about it? And I'm like, it got me thinking. So I started writing. I'm like, crap, this is working. Something's working. And I just started looking at myself differently because it was just like positive self-talk. I didn't have that positive self-talk growing up. I was always called fat, you're no good. It was abusive, verbally abusive and physically abusive growing up childhood that I had. And so it was like I never had anybody say positive things to me. It was just always making you feel bad to get your way. So it was trying to get out of that depression mode as well. So it was just like this journey started out as one thing and it just totally turned into something else. And personal development did, once I opened my mind to it and started realizing my potential and then going back to church and going through foundations class and then having the pastor tell me something last year in 2015 when we were doing Victory Day. He was telling me we're doing something and he came over to pray over me. And he had said, Wanda, and I don't share anything with him because I don't know him on that level. He goes, Wanda, he goes, you have to stop. He goes, you believe it here, but you don't believe it here. And I was like, crap, how the fuck does he know? And I was just, oh, sorry. I was like, how does he know? And it was just like, it got me thinking. I'm like, he's right. I believe it here, but I don't believe it here. And so I continued with the podcast. And I know that I was so against it, but now it's like, that's my go-to. Every single time I'm like, it's just every day I spend some sort of time in any type of podcast, whether it's personal development, professional development, the Joyce Meyer devotionals. I just, whatever it is, I'm there. I don't shy against it because it really helps turn your mindset around. And when you're in a deep spiral of depression and you don't see a way out, it's just like you kind of dig your way up because you start believing in yourself. You're like, God really didn't mean for me to be this way, that the hole that I'm in. And I had to dig my way out, and it wasn't easy. And just, you know, it just came back to me, and it's just been a long process, and it's exciting, and it's just scary at the same time.
I can understand why it's scary, but as someone watching from the outside, and I think everyone on the team can say, like, we all immediately felt when it switched. Like, it was like you were there and you were doing your thing and you were losing your weight, and sometimes you would post and it would be something upsetting that happened. Maybe it was negative or whatever, and you'd share it, which was cool. It was like, yeah, you know, she's sharing, she's being honest. But now, even when something happens that's bad, you always flip it now. You're like, oh my God, this totally sucked, but boom, 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 boom. And then you flip it. And because of that, the other challengers in the group learn to do that too, much faster, because they see that you're doing it and everybody's noticing it. And I see it on your Facebook wall. Like, you used to post a picture and maybe like your two friends would like it. And now you post something and everybody's watching. And it's because you've become more positive. It's not just the weight loss. Like, it's just everything about you has like, bam, it's just. And then you had this goal of becoming Emerald in December.
Yeah.
Right? And I told you, I don't think it's going to happen in December. I think it's going to happen sooner.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, right.
Yep.
Exactly. and I let you be. I said, okay, fine, make it till December, but I don't believe it. And you did it in February.
Yep.
So congratulations to that.
Thank you.
And I mean, what I really want to get out of this call, and like something that I want for people to have, not just today, but for us to be able to watch it and hold on to this, is the idea that it takes, you know, it takes a number of people. It's the whole team. It's the whole challenge group that helps build a person. But it's you who makes those choices. And as a coach, when you start coaching somebody or anybody else on this team is coaching anyone, you got to remember that it's their journey, not yours. So we all start this at different places. When we become a coach, you know, there's people who become coaches and they like hit the ground running because they've already done all this personal work. they've already done all of this before. Their story started a long, long time ago in regards to that. But yours is even like more awesome because you became a coach and you didn't even like, like you didn't even have a clue of what all this was about. And the fact that personal development is one of our vital behaviors, you know, you're exemplifying why that's so important and why if you continue doing it, you're gonna like keep rocking it. Like this is just the very beginning, you know. Your first two coaches that believe in you are only two of who knows how many are gonna come around. You know, I was stalking your Facebook page and I see people asking you for advice. Like I'm guessing it's from the size group.
I think so, yeah.
People, yeah, who have been posting and like I'm like, I bet people even in that group are able to see that you're a leader. You know, and that's not something that you showed previously. So the other thing, just for reference sake, Wanda was chosen under I don't know how many thousands of people.
Think about 1,000 and change in there.
Well, there's 1,000 and change in there, but just think about how many actually applied.
I know, exactly.
It was like 10,000 people that applied. She was chosen to be one of 1,000 people to be part of Sean T's private challenge group on Facebook that he's doing. And so she gets coaching from him and his team of people. And she's like rocking that out along with her business. Like, do you see? Like, do you see it or you don't see it yet?
No, not yet. Not yet. Because I when I signed up as a coach, I was just like, if it becomes a business, great. If it doesn't, I'm okay with that because I know I'm helping people along the way. I know that by sharing what I'm doing and how it's working for me and how I change, it's going to help someone. So it really isn't all about the money for me. It's not really about making my business and making it really huge. It's just the impact that knowing that I can help people. And that's how it's been for me right now. I'm like, yeah, I want to hit Success Club. I want to hit all this stuff. But it's just like, you know what? If it happens, it happens. If it don't, it don't. I'm just going along for the ride and see where it takes me. Because I've been doing a lot of things that's out of the norm for me.
Like posting a full body shot on Facebook?
Yes, and posting the videos of me dancing and sizing it up and making fun of my body rolls that I cannot do for the life of me. But
we have to, we'll go over how to body roll.
Yeah, I was trying today. I was doing it in front of the mirror and I'm like, I can't. I can't. I'm just going to make my own move and just go along with it. And it was funny because you kept asking me, why don't you sign up as a discount coach? I'm like, no, I'm not signing up as a discount coach. Every time you asked me that, I was like, I can't because I've done other businesses before and I just don't want to attach my name to something, even though I love the products and I love the way everything was going. And I think what did it for me is when Leadwell had their sneak peek week, I think it was March of 2015. And when you said be a fly on the wall, I'm like, okay, I'm going to be a fly on the wall. I scrolled that page up and down. And I'm like, this isn't like any of the other businesses I've been in. I'm like, And it piqued my interest. And I shared with Marcus, I'm like, I kind of want to do it, but I don't want to commit to anything. I don't want to put my name to anything. I don't want to. It's still fresh in other people's mind on what I was doing before. And I was like, no, I'm going to wait. And I waited. It took me, it was March? I think by June, that's when I decided to join. And I was like I said, I'm going to take it at my pace. And if it blows up, great. If it doesn't, I'm okay with that as well. Because, like I said, I'm learning things about myself. It really made me a different person. It's made me a better version of me. And I know that's been said out there so many times, but it was like, it's made me a better mom. It's made me a better friend. It's made me a better wife, a better person to be around with. I'm even happy to be around myself. And that wasn't always the case, It's just like, exercise right now is non-negotiable. That click happened and I was like, holy crap, the girl who hated exercise or who actually liked exercise for a while but was never consistent with it now goes 6 days a week working out. I mean, it's unbelievable because I just worked out 3 days a week sometimes or none at all. And now it's like every day I'm doing a workout, whether it's 30 minutes, whether it's 40 minutes, Marcus is dragging me out of bed at 5:30 in the morning to size every morning. And that's really, really hard for me. So I don't know, I think I went off tangent here. Sorry.
No, that was great. No, that's awesome. And yeah, I mean, I think that's what makes this business different, right? It's like, yeah, you can go ahead and try to be this like top 10 coach or whatever, or you can take it at your own pace. And there's so much value. There's everything about it. The people that come into the business, the teams, the challenge groups, the support, like the fact that our mission is about helping others versus it being about, selling a specific product. I stand by that vision, and I think you're proof that it really does work if you just do the 3 vital behaviors.
Yep.
Eventually things just start clicking.
Yep, exactly. The inviting is hard for me, and I'm not gonna lie. I'm like just talking to people, and even being on this call right now, I'm like freaking out. I'm like I'm nervous, but I'm like I'm slowly getting out of it. And I feel it and I see it. I'm like being more daring and reaching out to people that I don't know or I don't really know very well. And I'm like, hey, how's it going? I try to talk, go through their Facebook page, and sometimes I'm like, crap, they don't have anything out there. What am I supposed to talk to them? I'm like, hey, how's it going? I know I didn't go to college with you, but you're in my sorority. How's it going? What's life? What you doing? And they may not answer back. And I'm like, okay, fine. That's okay. But it's, I'm getting used to the dead air from people. I'm getting used to no, I don't have no money right now, or no, I don't do shakes. I'm like, whatever. Okay, fine. I'm going to just move on because when you're ready, you're ready, And that's how I've been. I think this month, maybe because of the Team Cup that I'm like, whatever. If you don't want to do it, that's fine. That's not a problem. I'll put you on my follow-up list for next month. And if you want to do it, then great. If you want to ignore me, that's fine. So it's just, that's where I've been this month. I'm just plugging along.
That's awesome. I'm just so in awe of you. I really am. I know that I'm supposed to be the leader of this team, but I'm in complete awe of you and what you've done in less than a year. Because I guess your anniversary comes next month.
Yeah.
As a coach comes next month. And that's, leaps and bounds, completely different person.
Yep. June will make the year. I think. Yeah, June.
I feel like now if we went roller skating, because we went roller skating the first time we met.
Yeah.
I feel like now you would be rocking.
I don't know. I took Gabby.
Being so scared.
I might be out there, but no. When I took Gabby roller skating for her birthday, I was like
a little more.
Yeah, I embarrassed my child now. She told me, Mom, stop dancing. I don't know you. She still says I can't dance, but it doesn't stop me. And the other day, I think it was this week, the other day, she said, Mommy, you motivate me. You're very motivating. I'm like, where's this coming from? And I'm like, she goes, you do. You're so motivating. I'm like, well, thank you. And I just gave her a hug, and I was just like, oh, okay. I didn't see that coming. And so I already told her, you're going to be my person that I'm going to practice on because I'm doing something out of the ordinary. I'm going to go get, certified for size this weekend. And I told her, I need somebody to practice on. So you're going to have to follow my directions and actually listen to me because I need to practice on people. And I told her my goal is to hopefully be able to teach one class. If it's just one class, great. If it's not, that's fine. But my goal that I made at Super Saturday my big scary goal was to get in front of a class and teach a bunch of women who has that I can't dance mentality or that I can't do fitness mentality and just show them, hey, I'm freaking 41 years old. I'm still plus size. I'm still jiggly. And I'm going to dance. And I'm a Latina that don't really have any rhythm. But you can do this. If I can do this, you can follow directions. You're going to be able to do it. And just have them find a love for something and just loving themselves and where they're at. Because I didn't have that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's taken me 41 years to realize that. But I want to be able to share that with others. And that was my big, scary goal that I made in January on Super Saturday, and I'm like, I'm sticking to it. That's my goal this year.
Oh my God, so awesome! That's such a good goal. And hey, I mean, you have a captive audience in your church, so I'm pretty sure you're gonna find that group that'll dance with you. So I don't know if any of the ladies have any questions for you. Anybody? Maria's typing.
No, but I want to say congrats. Congrats.
Thank you, Jasmine.
Thanks a lot. You know, like, I understand, like, how you are, because I guess in the same steps, I didn't just, like, pop out of the thing. So for me, I feel the same way. It's kind of like, all right, I'm going to do this. Yep. It's getting better. Yeah. And I feel like it's going to come. And so, like, when she announced that, like, you went Emerald, I got excited because I felt like I went Emerald. I got excited, like, yeah, because, you know, you came in, like, right before me. So in my head, it's like, okay, I'm next. Okay, I'm next. I'm going to do it. So thanks for the boost of excitement.
You're welcome.
I'm proud of you. I'm excited for you. Doing size, that has to be something that's truly out of your element.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but it's fun, it's making you happy, and you'll bring that same joy and same happiness to someone else, and that's kind of all that matters there, you know? Like, it's kind of contagious, like a disease, and when you stay happy, others stay happy around you. When you look miserable people start to, like, accumulate. So I'm excited for you, and I don't have anything else to say, but congrats.
Oh, thank you so much. That's such a good comment. And I see that Maria has written, Wanda, I am so proud of you. You're on fire.
Oh, thank you, Maria. Because I spoke.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, now I can.
Hi. I don't know how to turn my video on. I don't think that I can. But I think me and you started together.
Yeah, we did.
Challenge group. And I know that you've told me privately that you used to watch me like a hawk, like you were my stalker.
Yeah, I was, because I'm like, Maria can do it, I can do it. If she can do it, she's working out. I'm going to work out. She's my size.
And you know what's so funny is that now I'm going through my little struggles now, and now I'm looking at you.
Aww.
So it's like I want to cry right now because it's
don't make me cry. I've told myself I'm not going to cry on the call.
It's like such a family that we have here, and I'm so freaking proud of you. Like, I remember in the challenge groups, you would kind of like, I guess maybe Debbie Downer type when you first started.
That's
you
okay,
were so,
yeah,
you were like very frustrating, and I would like try to talk to you. And I think that's how we started talking privately, maybe. Mm-hmm. Maybe I reached out to you privately. But now it's like, it's a totally different Wanda. It's crazy. Yeah, I'm so proud of you.
It is. I surprised myself. I'm not gonna lie. I have to tell them, like, oh my God, where have I been all this time? And
yeah,
it's just like, you know, depression is real, and it's not something you snap out of. And you know, the medicine is there, but it helps to a point. But you really have to be in a great mindset. You know, especially during in my mid-30s, where I was like, I lost my faith and hope in God. And even when Marcus, you know, had asked me, I had asked him, like, how did you deal with my meltdown? How did you deal with me going into treatment? I'm like, how did you deal with it? He goes, a lot of faith and hope and prayer. And I was like, he goes, but you lost yours. I'm like, I did.
Yeah.
And that was the scary part. And that's how come in 2015, I said, this is the year about me. I'm gonna I didn't know what that meant. All I knew that was stuck in my head, 2015 is the year about Wanda. In order for me to take care of others, I need to take care of me. And now we're in 2016 and I'm still going.
So what does Marcus say? What does
I was just going to ask that, yeah.
He is happy he has his Wanda back. So he is so happy about that he goes, I have my Wanda back. The Wanda that I met when
the hot mamacita.
Yeah, I guess so. I married him at 30, and so I'm 41 now. So we've been through a lot, and he's been through my meltdown, and he didn't understand my depression or anxiety or the bipolarness, and he didn't understand all that stuff. And I was like in a really, really dark place, and found my way back to church, found my way back to God, found my way back to that, and I just needed to get my mind back to where it needed to be, and it was a combination. And I always say thank God for this, because if I would have never met Zulai, I would have never met Melissa, I would have never met all of you wonderful folks, and growing with each and every one of you. And I'm excited about Summit, and I don't even have a ticket, but I'm going. So that's going to be the Smith family vacation, because I want to meet all of you guys. I talk with you guys over through the computer, through Zoom, through everything, but I want to physically meet them.
That's so awesome.
Oh, and feel free to, maybe we can do a Zoom. If you ever need to practice, how you were talking about you're going to use your daughter, you can practice with me too on Zoom.
Cool.
Use me as your guinea, guinea pig.
That'll be hard. You know why? No, I mean, it'll be fun, but it's going to be more.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how it's going to work. But
no, it's going to be more of a challenge, because now you're going to have to really communicate.
I know, I got to smile.
Yeah.
That's actually really good, because that means when you get into the classroom, they're going to be right there. They can feel your energy.
Yeah.
You really
and I've done size. I think maybe I've tried it twice. So I'm I don't know anything. So yeah, I've never really done it. So.
Yeah, it's my first. It's actually the first program that I finished, and considering I started with T25, which I never finished. I did finish it last year, but I started with that. That was my first goal to finish, and I didn't finish it until the end of the year. Size was actually the first program that I finished, and I was
you went start to end.
I did it. I was I couldn't dance. I looked at my videos, and even now when I'm doing the second round, I'm like, crap, this was so hard before. This is easier now. And it's a challenge still, because I'm I gotta remember, if I'm gonna be teaching, I have to smile. I gotta move it, and it's just okay, I got my hearing aids, and I'm trying not to let my hearing issues get in the way, and that's always been a struggle for me, especially now when my hearing aids are not behaving the way they're supposed to be. So I'm just bypassing that. I'm you know what, I can do it. I need to hear yes, but I'm gonna do it anyway.
Awesome. I can't wait.
Okay, so congratulations again. And this was awesome, because this is a big step in being part of a team call, and basically ran it yourself. So that's cool. I'm going to keep this recording. I can send you a copy of the recording too. You can do whatever you want with it. And I will also post it on the team page.
Okay.
All right.
Yay, Wanda.
Yay, Wanda. Thank you so much for this, because I think that your message can speak to a lot of people, both coaches and challengers. So thank you so much. And
you're welcome.
Good night, guys.
Good night,
ladies. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.